National Skill Development Corporation, in association with CBSE, is organizing the first Junior Skills Championship. Web Technologies skill is being supported by Smalt and Beryl. Hi, my name is Ruchi Parikh. I am working as the Director Technology at Smalt and Beryl. I am the expert for web technologies and I have also mentored national team for web technologies for World Skills Kazan, where India bagged its first ever silver medal. Today I am here to walk you through this presentation to help you understand this skill better so that you all can prepare well for Junior Skills Championship. Website development is a dynamic and ever-changing profession which involves creation and operation of websites. The skill Web Technologies focuses on tools and techniques used by IT industry professionals to develop good-looking and functional websites from beginning till the end. The process of website creation in industry happens in multiple stages, which are understanding business requirements, creation of mockups and high-definition wireframes, implementation of website designs to make web pages, development of back-end and front-end functionalities, testing against business requirements as well as non-functional parameters, troubleshooting and bug fixing, deployment on servers, and maintenance. Learning this skill might open opportunities for young minds like you to work in some IT industry or be self-employed. If you are someone who likes to use visual aids to represent their thoughts and ideas, or World Wide Web fascinates you, you should definitely opt to participate in this skill. In order to test a candidate in web technologies, we have designed a framework which will ask candidates to perform certain tasks as mentioned in a detailed test project, which can also be called as question paper, but in Junior Skills Championship terminology, we call it a test project. Now let me provide you some input which might be helpful for all of you while preparing for this championship. Let me start with some technical information related to this skill. To be able to crack this skill championship, one must have knowledge of HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript and SQL. This knowledge will be tested in different ways through MCQs in first rounds and through actual implementation of test project in further rounds. There are some miscellaneous tools a candidate must be acquainted with in order to be able to perform well, and they would be the following. Browsers like Google Chrome and Mozilla Firefox. The second would be World Wide Web, which is also commonly known as www. What does this signify? One must know. The third would be W3 Consortium, an organization which is responsible for building standards for World Wide Web. Candidate might make use of some code editors to perform their task from round 2 onwards, such as Visual Studio Code, Sublime Text, and so on. It is highly recommended that the candidate uses an open source code editor. These skill championships at times also test a candidate's managerial skills such as problem solving, crisis management, logic building, and so on. Now, let's talk about what a competitor needs to know about this skill. In Junior Skills Championship, we will evaluate a candidate for their industry readiness, which means one should be able to develop their user-friendly websites end-to-end on their own by making use of technologies mentioned. Also, one should be able to make use of some graphical elements such as images, icons, videos, text samples to complete their work. For every round, excluding qualifying round, which is round 1, the candidate will be given a detailed test project. Test project will be given in a form of a PDF file or a zip file for each round. And these test projects will talk about the instructions, business requirements, context of problem statement, tasks one need to perform in order to complete the solution, files one need to submit, naming conventions of the files to be submitted, and so on. Along with this test project, candidate will also receive certain text samples, images, videos, icons to help complete their task. These files also referred as media files in Junior Skills Championship terminology. The candidate must be able to make optimal use of only and only provided media files in their submitted solution. Now let's talk about the type of problem statement one might get in a test project of web technologies. Test project for web technologies will primarily ask candidate to develop web pages using HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript and web APIs of JavaScript, such as Canvas API, client-side storage API, geolocation API, and so on. Also, test project will ask candidates to perform some CRUD operations using SQL. The complexity of these test projects will keep on increasing with every round. I will talk more about the rounds of the competition on upcoming slide. Let us here have a quick look at how Junior Skills Championship is divided in different rounds and details of each of these rounds. Round 1 is a qualifying round which will provide an MCQ-based 60 questions test project to candidates. The question will be based on HTML, CSS, JavaScript and SQL. This will be an online round. All the registered student will receive a link to attempt the test project, and on the day of competition, the candidate will go to the link and attempt the test project. This round will be of 1 hour. Moving to round 2. This will be a subjective round where the candidate will be given a test project and would require to submit their work in the format mentioned in the test project's instructions. In round 2, candidate will have to design and implement a web page or multiple web pages using HTML5, CSS3 and JavaScript. Time duration for this round will be 3 to 4 hours. Moving to round 3. Round 3 would also be of 3 to 4 hours. The complexity of test project in round 3 will increase as compared to round 2. In this round, candidate will be asked to make dynamic HTML elements on web pages using CSS animations and JavaScript. Coming to round 4, which will be a physical round, this round will be of 4 to 5 hours. In this round, candidate will have to make use of JavaScript APIs to store information on client side or to draw graphics on the web page. Coming to evaluation parameter, this slide will help you understand the marking system from round 2 onwards. In order to evaluate a candidate's work holistically, we would design 3-level rubrics. We would have a high-level criterion which will be further divided into 1 or more sub-criteria, and in each sub-criterion there will be 1 or more aspects. Aspects are the smallest unit that a candidate will be marked on. Let me elaborate further. For example, if we have a look at column 1 on our screen, the criterion can be work organization and management, and one of its sub-criterion can be naming convention. And one of the aspects in the naming convention sub-criterion can be is the name of candidate's website homepage index.html. So, the jury will look into the submitted solution of the candidate, and if they find that the website's homepage is actually index.html, they will award the mark to the candidate. And if the name of the homepage is not index.html, the candidate will not be awarded any mark. These instructions, such as what the name of the files or the folders should be, will be mentioned in the test project. The candidate needs to be attentive towards such details. There can be some subjective aspects as well where the candidate will be rated instead of marked, such as if you look at the column 2 on our screen, the criterion can be user experience, one of its sub-criterion can be color themes, and one of the aspects of this sub-criterion can be does color theme of web page follows the color sequence of logo used. In such aspects, jury member may have different opinion, and hence they all will rate the candidate instead of marking the candidate, and their collective rating will be calculated as a score and awarded to the candidate. Now here are some prerequisites one should possess in order to be able to attempt Junior Skills Championship. The candidate appearing in this competition must be able to read and write English. For round 1, a candidate would just need a desktop or a laptop with a steady internet connection to be able to attempt test project. From round 2 onwards, candidate will need a code editor of their choice to write code, such as Visual Studio Code, Sublime Text. The code editor used should be open source and freely available. The candidate will also need a MySQL DBMS to perform database related operations. For your further assistance, we have provided sample test project for web technologies and some preparation guidelines. These documents have been uploaded on our Junior Skills website. For any further query, please write to us at worldskillsindia@nstcindia.org.